What's going on, guys? It's Smudger here, and let's talk perks in Vanguard, because I've seen a lot of people questioning especially this first perk slot about what they should be running, what's the best one to use. Obviously there's some big swingers, some big hitters in this perk class, so we're going to run through not all of the perks but kind of the ones of note, and maybe we should actually start off with these two and then we can get back to perk 1 once you've kind of decided on it. The general basis is that you can have many different class setups with many different perk combinations. It's not like Cold War Modern Warfare where it felt like you only had a choice of maybe 5 or 6 perks that were truly viable. There's a lot that are viable on this, and that's great to see. It can just make it a little bit more tricky. You have to bear in mind your playstyle, the class you're pairing this up with. So most of the classes that you'll initially be running will have Tracker, and Tracker's pretty viable. It's probably not something you're going to use later on, but there's nothing wrong with it as such, especially in something like S&D. Radar, enemies appear on your minimap when they fire an unsilenced weapon, because of course they don't at the moment, and that's pretty useful. I run that on quite a few of my classes, especially my faster classes. You could run High Alert if you're going to be maybe in enemy spawns a lot. Engineer lets you detect enemy equipment, pretty standard. Forward intel, see indicators for enemy reinforcements on your minimap, shows a larger area. But this piercing vision is one that I'm actually really interested in. It highlights targets when you tag them, and you see them through walls, similar to the perk in Warzone. It's pretty useful, especially if you're at range with an LMG, and specifically the MG42. If you watch my 5 best guns in Vanguard video that should be out before this one, you would have seen me talk about it. It's super interesting, so personally I'm running either Radar or Piercing Vision depending on the class. For perk 3, Double Time, incredibly useful, very glad to see it back, and just for movement speed in general, but you also have Lightweight, which increases movement speed as well. Double Time's more for attack sprint, crouch speed, but Lightweight's all round movement speed. I prefer Lightweight personally. I don't find myself sprinting for the full duration of Double Time anyway, so I do prefer Lightweight. Obviously you can have Overkill if you wanted, and Tactical Equipment is recharges your equipment, and Scavenger. They're pretty standard, but I definitely recommend checking out Lightweight if maybe you just overlooked it and went for Double Time instead. And for multiplayer it's pretty useful, I like it a lot. Now let's get to this very complicated perk 1 category. Fortified is your Flak jacket and reduces explosive damage. Survival training is Tap Mask, Ninja is Ninja. Dauntless is immune to movement reducing effects. Ghost is undetectable by spy planes, and Cold-Blooded. So as you can see, it is stacked in this category. Personally, I've been flipping between Fortified and Survival training. I've only really played kind of Blitz and Assault modes. I played one game of S&D in which I played with Ninja on, obviously. Dead Silence is a field upgrade, so if you were super concerned about grenades but you were also super concerned about your footsteps, that would be the way to go, is to run something like Fortified or Survival training with Dead Silence as your field upgrade. If you are incredibly concerned, you could run Ninja. I haven't heard that many footsteps. It's been so chaotic and there's so many nades flying about that I found that these two are way better. I've not tried Dauntless. I don't think it's going to be particularly useful. Maybe it's super OP and I'm an idiot for not trying it. Ghost, obviously it'd be nice to have, but also you can't justify Ghost or Cold-Blooded whilst these two are still in play, I think. Obviously maybe if you're a bit of a slower player and you prefer to push behind enemy lines, maybe I don't know, I'm trying to justify Ghost over Tap Mask or Flak Jacket or Ninja, and I just can't. And Cold-Blooded, I don't think you particularly need it. Make sure you're the one with the kill streaks and then you should be alright. These 3 are where it gets interesting. It's a personal preference. I find that I'm getting hit with more lethal grenades and tactical grenades as a general rule, so Fortified would be the better move overall. But it is entirely dependent on your playstyle and the game lobbies you find yourself in, so definitely make sure you have like a few variations of classes set up with some of these perks. And those are the perks. They're interesting. This perk 1 slot is one to keep an eye on to see how the game evolves and changes, that is for sure. It's nice to see some hard decisions having to be made instead of like the standard 3 perks that you're going to run with every class. I might play around with this some more, and if I find anything major I'll update it in a pinned comment below. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, give it a like, subscribe if you want to find your way back. Hope you all have a good day. I'll see you next time. Bye.